welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy. Tonight we are at Sardegna in the Group 3 cars as I continue my quest towards A+. Do we make up any ground towards that 50K? Well, you're going to have to stick around to find out. And here we are at qualifying, and I'm sitting right now with 55,050 driver rating points. Leaves me about 4,950 out of A+. We were closer before. We were up to 56,000 some odd points. I was just a little over 3,500 if I remember correctly away from A+. So we have dropped back thanks to Tokyo, and also thanks to Tokyo it murdered my SR, dropped me down to a 90 so I wouldn't get into a top tier lobby. So I had to go into the daily races and do some SR repair, which also hurt my DR. Apparently you can't just finish in the top 10 in the dailies and your DR go up or stay the same. You've got to finish where the computer thinks you belong in the race. So I don't know where that was. I finished like 8th or 9th, but anyway, fixed that, got it up to SR 99 again so that I could be in a good lobby for this race, and jumped here in PREC Granada Kids stream, or slipstream rather, and making a fairly decent qualifying lap. I don't feel like it's my best lap ever. I don't feel like I hooked up all the corners, everything, but it feels solid, feels good, like it can be a top 10 or so. And crossed the line with a 122.069, not too shabby. Puts me in 5th place. Let's see how the rest of the grid irons out. Well, thank you, Opera Lady. So excited to get started, and we will do so with DNA Lucky Charm in first in the Corvette in that pole position. Behind him, GT Nebula in the Porsche with the 121.685 in third. We have the BMW of Shades P4120, and then we got a Mercedes in fourth. Third ranked in the lobby, Manfred with the 122.041. Then myself, Geauxgreddy in fifth. 17th ranked in the lobby, the 122 flat. And then behind him, I want to be S. Pruitt in 6th. Then another Porsche with Revo Nut in 7th, 122.397. And behind him, Turpy Urphy in the Alpha, looking good with that chrome livery there. And then in 9th, PREC Jarena Kid, I guess that's what it is. And then in 10th, we got R-rated in a Mercedes, followed by Andre Sav in the always blue chrome V12 Vantage. And then 12th, I may something, I don't know. And then in 13th, another Jocaro Jez, I guess it is. And then in 14th, we got a name I can pronounce, Star Troop 25 in the Corvette. And 15th, Reverend Bird with the 122.971 in the Genesis. Then in 16th, we got PX Cam 20 in the Aston, followed by our friend Nova SS in the Lexus. Haven't been seeing too many Lexuses lately, so that's nice. Then we got a Ferrari in 18th with Louis Zoe Rosen or something like that. OC Charge R34 in 19th in the M6, and Vanity pulls up the rear in the Merc. So there you have it. There's our starting grid. Now on to the start of the race, sitting in P5. This is probably one of the better lobbies I've been in as far as potential points. So I was pretty pumped to start here in 5th place. Of course, the goal of this race is to save fuel and go fast. It's the racing hard tires, so there is a little bit of pit strategy there, whether you stop at lap 7, 8, 9, or 10, or heck, even 11. Don't know. So just trying to stay in the slipstream here of Manfred in front of me, and let him tow me along and try to save some fuel in this Supra. As you will see as the race goes on, that is not the easiest task on the planet. So I'm sure there's a trick to it that I don't know about or haven't figured out yet. So got to work towards trying to figure out how to get a little better fuel saving out of this car. My first season in the Toyota, so I mean, it's not like I'm going to set the world on fire with it, but I'm just trying to short shift here again and just stay in the suck of Manfred. So coming through here on this right-hander, this is a section of the track that was giving me trouble all through the practice sessions and again here in the FIAs. As I come around the right side, it's really hard for me to hold that inside line. You know, the tires have good grip right now, so you don't really notice it so much. But, you know, around lap 5 or 6 or so, as Manfred gets off to the left there and picks up a 2-second penalty, or is that 3-second penalty? 3-second penalty. That is a brutal penalty for just going a little bit off track. I mean, he didn't gain any time there by going off track. Anyway, I mean, if I was the race steward, I would have just let him go with that one. It didn't bother me. And speaking of strange happenings in GT Sport, as we come around the multiple apexer right-hander long sweeping turn in the incorrect direction here at Sardegna. A very cool corner, actually. I enjoyed it. Coming down here in 5th place behind Manfredo, and well, looky there. I'm in 4th place. How did that happen? Well, our race leader, DNA Unlucky or Not So Unlucky Charm, just disappeared. He just vanished. So, free position for Greddy as Manfredo about to serve his penalty, gets a little squirrely there. And I make a good run on him coming up the hill and gets in this gravel. So I figure I'll just go around him on the outside here. And I don't have my radar on. Whoop! Well, there he reappears. So no big deal, nothing major. But I go on by him. He serves. That is a long penalty, 3 seconds for that. Anyway, tuck in here behind Shades, hoping I can reel them in. Both these guys, Nebula and Shades, pretty quick. And I end up coming out here about a second point 2 behind them, heading towards the end of lap 2, beginning of lap 3. End of lap 3, beginning of lap 4. Again, still a second back. End of lap 4, beginning of lap 5. More of the same. Still a second back. End of lap 5. Going on into lap 6. You got it. 1 second behind. End of lap 7. Same. Now, as we get halfway through lap 7 is where, well, it's where I start to lose it. This set of corners here was giving me fits all week long. And did it again. I get loose coming out of the corner there. I lose the slipstream. That is not good. So looking up in the rear view mirror, S. Pruitt jumps into the pits. Revo jumps in behind me. That's Revo Nut behind me in another Porsche. The Porsches were doing really good on fuel. Revo Nut better than most. And so I'm gonna stay out with Revo Nut. He stayed out usually 9 or 10 laps, and it worked out well for him. So I'm going to stay out with him. Now, I know that he's going to pass me in the pits, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I also want to not lose too many positions. So, yeah, doing something a little bit different tonight. Hoping to get a bit of an overcut, which is odd in GT Sport. But that's what we're going for. That's what was working. Thank you, RevoNet, for that strategy. Yeah, so as we head down towards this final lap before we get into pits, let's look at the folks' tires. As you'll first see here is DNA Lucky Charm with over a quarter tank left. That's actually GT Nebula. I don't know how they ended up being the same in the thing, but yeah, they were. Don't want to look at 19, so let's not worry about 19. There's GT Nebula again, who was DNA Lucky Charm, which is weird. Second place, eighth of a tank left, a little over an eighth of a tank with that BMW. There's me with almost a quarter tank. And the RevoNet, look at him, just under half, or not just under, but a little bit under there. So as we go through this, you know, pretty much right around a quarter tank for most folks. Andre doing a good job there. Wow, that Aston not so good. Turpy also about that quarter tank mark. So I've got equal to or less than most people. The Porsches seem to be doing a little bit better. Rev has been doing the best, so he's very good on fuel, very good on the tires. I'm going to bring her up to the diamond because I'm ready to rock and roll this final stint. I'm going to push it hard and not have to worry about short shift. Now put in 7 laps of fuel. I have 7 laps remaining. I think, hey, it's good to go. And usually when I was going to the diamond, I mean, I was ending with almost 0 fuel. So we got 7.1 laps. I'm thinking I'll end with 7. Get a little sideways through there. So we hang out here behind I Want to Be S. Pruitt for quite some time as we came out of the pits there in 5th place. So really lap, 9 through 12, this is pretty much what you saw. entire time as I'm just slowly reeling in S. Pruitt. Now, he's got 2-lap older tires, which Rev showed us with the Porsche. You can make those last if you drive them right. And obviously, he can go, you know, that amount of laps on that amount of fuel. So here we are on lap 13 as I really start to reel in S. Pruitt now. I'm within a second here. I got PREC Jarena Kid on my tail. He is just all over my back bumper. Now I'm doing pretty good. I'm staying pretty steady in the 122, mid 122 lap range. Pretty good for me. As S. Pruitt goes wide on the exit, picks up a 2-second penalty himself, and that is going to help me out. Now, I think this got into S. Pruitt's head a little bit. As you'll see here, as we come through these corner sections, he starts to get a little squirrely. I don't know if it was his tires or what it was, but he struggles a little bit there, gets a little loose there, you know. And really, I was hoping for Pruitt to pull me into first, second, and third. As you can see, they're just right there in front of us, maybe 2 seconds in front of Pruitt. Gets loose there coming out of that corner. Like I said, I think the penalty was in his head. He was trying to drive too hard. So I figured I'll just go around the outside of him right here. But there wasn't going to be any space. So I kissed the wall right there. And then PREC driver gets into me from behind. Not his fault. I mean, he wouldn't expect me to hit the wall right there. I wouldn't either, really. But so Pruitt's going to serve his penalty here. And it really kind of hurts us in terms of our ability to catch up to first through third, but hey, I will take the position that puts me in 4th place in one of the highest rated lobbies I've been in. Now I've got to deal with Jarena Kid, or however you say his name, Garena Kid, behind me, and no easy task. As we move on here towards lap 15, I'm trying to concentrate on staying on rhythm and hitting my break points and, you know, just be smooth. Because if I can just be smooth, I can keep them behind me. And that's always easier said than done. I'm starting to get a little tensed here, as I don't want anything bad to happen. This game has a way of just giving you a craptastic penalty at the worst possible moment. So currently sitting in, 4th place, I'm not going to catch first and third. I know this. I mean, I would love to, but they'd have to screw up. So look at the mini map. There's a huge gap that's behind S. Pruitt. So actually during the race, I look at that because I want to see, because PREC is pushing me pretty hard, and I'm finding myself like here braking just a little late, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Stop, just drive, just race your race. But for whatever reason, my body was not letting me do that. So I see that big gap on the mini map there, and I'm like, okay, if I race really hard here, what's going to happen? I was like, okay, that probably might pull S. Pruitt back into the race. I don't really want to do that. So I'm like, well, we'll see how it goes right here, because I didn't get a very good exit out of the corner. And he's really getting me a nice run on me in the jag. Now, I could defend right here if I wanted to. I could get over left hand side. And most times I would. But this time I said, screw it. I'm not going to bother. I tapped the brake. I just let him by. I need this DR to get towards that A+ ranking that I'm going for. I need this finish. I'll take 5th. I think 5th was right around 200 points. So I'm like, I will take 5th. It's going to be up in, increase in my standings. I don't want PREC to get the PREC driver to get impatient and punt me, or we get side by side and one of us get a dumb 3-second penalty and ruin one of our races. That one spot isn't going to kill me this race. The penalty system is just too whack to chance it. So I just let him go. I was like, forget it. I'm not going to race you. I had my elbows out during Interlagos, and I did really well there. And then I tried to do the same thing at Tokyo, and it cost me. So I was like, I'm not giving up this this position. I like it too much. It's too good. Too many points involved. So I made the smart life choice. I knew when to pull out, folks. I think that was the right decision to make. Again, you can look at S. Pruitt. He's back there almost a second and a half. And boom, someone runs out of fuel, moves me back into 4th. So maybe the decision, maybe that was karma, maybe it was something, I don't know. Not that Shades is like, karma, what did I do wrong? He didn't do anything wrong, but So we get a P4 after all that. So, hey, we start in 5th in one of the higher rated lobbies I've been in. So, I mean, that's outstanding. Great job by everyone that was around me racing. Honestly, I didn't really have any issues with anybody. Even the almost incident we had with Prue, it wasn't like he was trying to run me into the wall. I just ran into the wall. So anyway, let's go look at the Kudos Prime, see how we're doing. So there we are, 46,854, an increase of a lot. I don't know, 1,800, 1,750 points, something like that. Awesome. That's the closest I've been to A+ yet. Pumped. So excited. We're almost there. We're like 3,100 away. If I can keep these results going that direction, we'll be there pretty soon. Again, 4th place finish, about 4 seconds out of the leader, which is great. 206 points earned for Toyota, my personal best for the season. So that will help me out in the manufacturer's rankings as well. So that's all we got for tonight. So thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like. If you really like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe so you can catch some more videos there in the future. And hopefully we see you out in the practice lobbies or in an FIA race soon. Until then, let's go Grady. Geauxgreddy.